Our third and final day on Carnival Conquest took us to Bimini, a small island in the Bahamas. The weather was as good in Bimini as it had been bad the previous day on the ship. We visited a building creatively made of coral and reclaimed materials full of quirky keepsakes and collectibles. And we finally got to experience Carnival Conquest feeling like a cruise to the Bahamas and not a damp day on the North Atlantic. We also talk a bit about our overall impressions after a 16-year hiatus from Carnival, and we share the rather remarkable disembarkation process. I'm Bill from cruisehabit.com, and we are sponsored by our friends at Touring Plans Travel, who help plan our trips and make them magical. Check them out at the link below and help us by letting them help you travel smarter. Now, sit back, relax, and check out how we spent our day in Bimini and our evening at sea.
It's morning. There's a towel animal party at the tequila bar. I don't think they're old enough. And it is actually, look at that, blue skies. It's not raining. Blue skies in one direction, a little tiny bit cloudy in the other, but that's okay. So a much improved day. We are docked in Bimini in the Bahamas, and I'm just gonna grab some coffee before heading ashore and doing some exploring. And for those that watch regularly, I forgot my sunglasses, so here we are. Great customer service experience just now. We, like I said, we're getting ready to go ashore, but wanted to get some food first and went up to Blue Iguana, and I realized, oh, they closed like 15 minutes before we got there. And I went around the corner to get some espresso, and somebody saw Larissa standing there, I guess looking disappointed. They said, "Can I get you anything?" Because they hadn't broken down everything yet. And she said, I didn't realize you guys were closed. And I said, oh, what do you want? We'll get you whatever you want. And they made her a burrito and got her an arepa. That's fantastic. They definitely didn't have to do that. Now, if they would have already cleaned up, or in any circumstance, they were closed. It would have been fine if they said no. But that was, sorry, looking for an elevator. That was a good experience.
It has become a cruise habit accidental tradition, to forget to turn on my mic once a cruise. So here I'm walking down the pier from the ship. When you get to this area at the end, you can take a tram. That tram is operated by Bimini World Resort. It's operated that way, at least when I've been here with Virgin Voyages and also with Carnival. And the tram will take you to the resort if you want to spend the day there. It may also make some other stops. Just ask one of the friendly people here at the pier or someone on board. They'll take care of you. It'll also stop at the end in our experience, or you can walk to the end of this walkway, about a quarter mile, and you can get a cab from there.
This is Radio Beach, one of the more popular beaches here in Bimini. Can see the ship way off in the distance. I don't know if it comes out on camera down there. A lot of golf carts here. That's how folks get around. In many cases locals, but a lot of tourists. You can rent a golf cart. We jumped in a cab. It was 15 bucks. It's not a long ride, but there's only one road, so funny as it seems, at 20 miles an hour, there can be a little bit of traffic. Easy trip. There's a lot of bars and restaurants around here, so we're just going to explore. But it's a pretty day. Beautiful day at the beach. I just thought this was a funny kind of, I guess, thievery. Miami-Dade trash cans. It's the county, or Miami has 50 miles that way. This is a really cool find, guys, here in Bimini. We're at the south end of Bimini, right?
That's what it is.
And this is Mr. Ashley Saunders. I pronounced that right? And
Correct.
Very nice gentleman. And he has built over the years this amazing property that we're gonna take you guys on a quick tour of right now. Out of conch, he made cement out of grinding conch and all like reclaimed materials.
That's right.
Things,
right.
Either buildings that were being torn down or things that were donated, things you found. And it's really neat. He's got a little kind of museum, if you will, of the area, working on an Airbnb.
Right.
Neat view up top. It's just a neat spot. Come by, give him a visit. He'll give you a tour. It's very, very cool. What's your website?
www.dolphinhousebimini.com.
There you go. Check it out. Highly recommend. It's well worth coming by, spend an hour meeting this nice gentleman, and well, take a look at what he's done.
This structure would have never taken place. This is Dolphin love and Dolphin energy and Dolphin creativity and Dolphin magic. JFK was bust and Nelson Mandela. You don't see this in a minute. A Bahamian national treasure.
This gentleman's been building this property over 29 years. All of this is coral and then cement made from conch. And he said all recovered tiles. He said from places that have been broken down from the dump, donated. He says none of the tile bought. This is the upstairs. All sorts of neat little collections here. I like this. There are a couple of these. That's where he put bottles in the wall to allow natural light in while still insulating.
I've been in here 10 years, guys. On this level.
That's nice. If you look at, yeah, that's like a shasta. That's the one that I like. That I usually.
What I find so remarkable is the craft it takes to make this and the creativity in the choice of materials. More random stuff. He said if we can guess how many shells are in here, we'll get a free beer. But if we guess, we got to count them.
Could have come from Africa, or Europe, or Brazil, or Cuba, or the Eastern.
Pretty girly, right? Oh, casino ship from
This is the third level that he's working on turning into an Airbnb. And it comes with a cat.
What's your cat's name?
Dolphin.
Dolphin. Now we're on the roof of the Dolphin House and got a little lighthouse here. Not functional, but a neat looking lighthouse here. And he's marked out on the roof here, and there's some markings inside as well, pointing directions. So Miami is roughly that way.
That'd be me.
I thought I had a lot of jobs, but this is this gentleman's grandfather. Look at that.
Awesome.
Policeman, postmaster, immigration officer, customs officer, crawfish inspector. And I'm guessing nice guy.
Oh, the coconut shark is cute.
Make sure if you visit, you sign the guest book.
This is so cool.
Carnival and coconut. Hey, Hemingway's fishing.
Record of just a few visitors.
Ernest Hemingway's old fishing rod, man.
Oh, really?
Yes, made from a flour sack.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We took a cab back to the sort of center area near the end of the pier, near, was it Kayak Beach, I think? And now we're on the tram. It's the same tram that runs over to Bimini World Resort. It'll take you all the way back right by the ship. That way we don't have to walk down the pier. It's not a bad walk, but we've been in the sun all day, so let's take it easy, get back on board, get something to eat, and check out what the situation is on the open decks when it's not raining. Saying goodbye to Bimini. We'll be back in a month and 2 days on Scarlet Lady, VirginVoyagesGroupCruise.com.
Yes.
Join us.
Exciting.
If you're ever in Bimini and you miss the ship, that may be how you're getting back to Miami, but it only runs, I think, maybe once or twice a day. Don't miss the ship. Back on board, this feels a lot more like a Bahamas cruise. Gotta get another burrito. Cheese, corn, pico, yep, and onion. And then some salsa roja, please. Have you figured out by now, I really like their burritos. It is hot. I've had a lovely day in Bimini, but I need to catch some AC for a while. Look at how pretty it is. Definitely looking forward to air conditioning. I think what we'll do though, we're on deck 10 right now, is we're gonna walk forward and go up to 11 right here. And that'll put us by the Serenity deck, which we haven't checked out yet. That's the adult only area, and it's close to our room too. We've arrived. This is the Serenity adult only area, 21 and up. There's no additional cost, which is interesting. The first time that I saw this on a Carnival ship, which might have been this ship actually, I thought, wow, is this reserved for suites or something? Because it's actually rather nice. It's a whole different aesthetic and feel. It's got a separate bar over here.
It doesn't get as crowded.
Yeah, it doesn't get as crowded. And you've got some clamshells. It also includes this area up top. We'll check that out in a minute. So you can see how nice these clamshells are all the way forward, and you get a nice view. Also, importantly, way to cool off here. Now we're up top on the top floor of the Serenity deck, top deck. And you've got some hot tubs and nice kind of semi-covered area, lots of seating. I was dragging even after getting some food. It's hot out there, man. So drank a bunch of water, took a shower, washed my hair, changed into a different cat shirt, and now I'll head up down, I forgot what deck I was on, head down to the pool deck. Curious, now that everyone's back on board and the weather's nice, I want to see what the flow's like, you know, where the lines are. I want to get a better feel. It was such an unusual thing to have this much rain during the cruise. So let's see what it's like out there. Checking out the Red Frog Rum Bar now. It's the same layout as the Tequila Bar right across from here, but different menu. And I didn't even notice yesterday. We've also got, it makes sense, we've got additional seating back here. So good amount of seating in the shade. Hang out by the pool. You've got all these loungers up here. It's a nice space. Not a huge pool. There's that other pool all the way aft, maybe of a similar size. And once again, Guy's Burgers, hopping. Just browsing the toppings bar over at Guy's Burgers. A little bit ravaged, I think, because everyone got back from excursion to the beach. Still haven't had a chance to try it. On newer ships, you see hand washing stations, sinks that they build into areas. This is kind of between Blue Iguana, the burrito spot, and the buffet. And this is a machine very similar to what we saw on Scarlet Lady over by the pizza place, where you put your hands under, it starts flowing water, and then soap. And then these have a dryer, but I think they've turned it off in favor of paper towels, whereas the ones on Scarlet Lady have paper towels. But I like that. It doesn't take up much space, but it makes it easy to add hand washing stations. I haven't had the opportunity to check this out yet, but this is a little station for menu mate. Here you go ahead. What that is a web app, I think, that they've recently released just like 3 days ago across the fleet. I didn't even have a chance to write about it because I was boarding this ship, where if you have allergies, you put in your allergies and it will make very clear what the options in a given venue are that are safe for you, and even suggest alternatives, suggest modifications to dishes based on your allergies. Haven't had the chance to try it out. Larissa does have some mild food allergies. I don't, but that's really cool that they're making that easier. I'm a little bit surprised to find this. The retractable roof is still closed, which I understood while it was raining. I would have thought they would open it up by now. It does give people an option, you know, reduces the direct sunlight, but it also creates a little bit of a greenhouse. It is warm in here. Not moving yet, but we'll be pulling away soon. Until we're here next month, way down over there at the Beach Club at Bimini. You can check out that video in the comments below, or maybe I'll remember to put a little pop-up thing here. We'll see. I had not been up here yet. This is, I don't even know what deck number anymore, but all the way up top. No shade, but if you want a place to sun, there should be loungers out here. You get some good views though. The basketball court is closed right now, which stinks because I wanted to go over there and get a selfie with Painted Shaq. Shaq is their CFO, their chief fun officer at Carnival. Just grabbed my first margarita of the sailing. Got it over here at the Tequila Bar. And here's Billy's margarita tip. I always order a skinny margarita. Most bartenders know what that is. If you can just tell them, hey, I want less sugar, because I don't like it too sweet. Now that's my preference, but also the reason it's a tip, you don't get as hungover with when you skip all that sugar. I know folks like it when Larissa talks more than they like it when I talk. So we're here kind of in the back of Blue Iguana Tequila Bar, and I was gonna move the camera over to you, whatever you want, dear. And I want to get your take. Like, this is it's the last night of the cruise. But it was like the first normal day because of the weather, right? And we had a great day. Like, what do you think, just in general? This is also your first time on Carnival, sailing on Carnival, in a long time as well.
Yeah, so I liked it. I think there were a few things that exceeded my expectations. I thought the food in the main dining room was very good. We had tried the tacos over at Blue Iguana before, and that was a favorite, obviously, but we had gotten to try it when we were on for the day. The entertainment's been good of what I've seen. We haven't done a show really yet, but I was watching the guitarist a little bit earlier, very good. Overall, I really liked it. I think yesterday the weather wasn't great, and that made the pool area feel very crowded because people weren't able to use the chairs and stuff like that. So I would like to give it another shot to see how the sea day really is on the ship when the sun is out and we don't have that issue. But yeah, it was good.
So I heard from a friend that there might be a space on deck 10 that you can get to that isn't well documented, and we're checking that out now. So we did deck 10, walked all the way forward, got to that, and you see there's this door, not marked. Let's see what's on the other side here.
I feel like this is somewhere we're not supposed to be.
So this is above the bridge. You can even see there are external controls under those blue tarps for controlling the vessel. And I bet those are staterooms with windows that look forward. So that's interesting. See what kind of view we get out here.
I want to come back out here when we're moving. Oh, we are moving. Ah, sorry.
Disregard, she wants to come out here now.
I want to come out here now.
Yeah, we're moving very slowly. We only have about 50-something miles to go before we make it to back to Miami. So kind of a neat area if you want a neat perspective. I bet not a lot of people are out here because unless you have a stateroom that's right here, you're not gonna have any idea that it's here. Yeah, there's another set of controls, I bet. I need to get changed for dinner, but because of the weather, this area was closed, the Serenity Bar, and it's right above our room. It is like 20 steps from our room, and I thought, such a waste, we need to come here and have one more drink at the bar that's so communal located. I would definitely pick the same room location again if we're on this class of ship again. It was 1114 or 6. Apparently, I don't even know my room number after almost 3 nights. But yeah, right below us, so that's pretty convenient. Now it's time for shots, and it's what's your name? Brianna, and it's Brianna's birthday, so she's getting a shot too.
Hi guys.
So your birthday?
Thank you.
Friends?
Friends. It's a new friend. Cheers. What's that? Aperol spritz. Yeah, it's refreshing.
She's a machine.
Yeah. It's my birthday.
62 steps from the Serenity adult-only bar area, like from the bar stool to our stateroom, 1114. I booked this room again. Second shower of the day, enjoying some live entertainment in the atrium. This is a stage that's right across from the atrium bar, kind of by guest services and Shorex, and they're really good about having live entertainment here pretty often. I enjoy that. I think I have like 10 seconds before the entertainer comes back on. This is the line for guest services. It's long and you think, oh, that's not good, Billy, right? They're really efficient. There's one group they're being a little difficult and taking up some of the time guest services, but really friendly folks, friendly crew. That's what we found across the whole ship. So yeah, every cruise line says, oh, our crew makes the difference. Carnival's been great in that respect. About 15, 20 minutes ago, we checked in via the Carnival Hub app saying, hey, looking to have dinner because we have your time dining. And I love that feature. The app is really great. However, I've noticed it doesn't seem to matter what the wait time is. It tells you less than 10 minutes. That part's a little annoying. We'll see what happens. So of course, as soon as I recorded the last video, my phone went off, said the table's ready. When you get that notification saying your table's ready, it even gives you a table number. So you walk up to the restaurant and you just let them know your table number. They'll take you right to it. total wait was barely over 20 minutes. So again, the estimates that we've had, one time it was within 10 minutes, one time it was a lot longer, the time it was a bit longer. Still, I think it's a generally good system, and service has been lightning fast once we're seated. So this gentleman, what's your name?
Big D.
Big D.
That's right.
That's quite the name.
Nice.
Big D has come around.
One and only.
It's
And what is the shot you're giving
very
us?
prophetic of your parents.
DJ,
Dusan.
DJ.
BJ shot.
Yeah, we need to be polite.
Dusan has come around with shots and these sparkling glasses. I mean,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
So there are our shots. That seems like a dessert item. We're gonna do that for dessert. I went with salmon, kind of a generic. It's like on their every night menu, but I wanted to try it out. Larissa, what'd you do?
Enchiladas.
Enchiladas.
As a vegetarian item on the menu.
All right, let's do it. A cruise staple. When I was a kid, baked Alaska on any Caribbean cruise, like a week-long cruise, it was always baked Alaska one night. So I had to order the baked Alaska, not presented in the same way, which is probably good because you know the fire and the whatnot. But let's dig in. Had another nice dinner in the main dining room. I gotta say, Carnival's main dining room experience has impressed me. Like there are little polished things. People go crazy sometimes because they don't have tablecloths anymore. Whatever, it's less tough to wash. But this service has been great, and the food quality is actually, I've been really happy. While we're wrapping up dinner, I did see a ship that we're sailing by right now, so I'll flip the camera on and show you something. I don't know, maybe this is just me. I'm a ship nerd. This is a bulk container ship, and I just think it's neat because it says really big LNG, because for shipping, really, LNG is the future, liquefied natural gas. We've got some articles about it over on cruisehabit.com, but we've got now a number of passenger ships starting to come out using liquefied natural gas, a much cleaner burning fuel, so that's pretty neat. More live entertainment in the atrium as we leave dinner. Now we're in the Degas Lounge. This is a sizable lounge, and it's where they have the, they do a lot of events in here, but the comedy shows are in here, and we heard some great things about one of the comics. So you see, it's a big space, and it really filled up one night so much that we walked in and walked out. We've got some seats early, and we're gonna check out what the laughs are all about tonight. Walking out of the comedy show, had a nice time there, and the room behind us, it's Alfred's Lounge. It's weird, it's kind of hidden. The only reason that we even realized that it existed was because we saw some stairs we're going up right now, from Deck 5. Most of the, Deck 5 is the happening spot, right? I talked about the Impressionist Boulevard, and I saw this extra set of stairs. Like, where does that go? And I had to look on a deck plan. Well, there's a whole lounge down there on 4. So make sure you don't miss that. There's a lot of neat spots on the ship. A lot of different venues for the size of the ship. A lot of different spots for a lot of different purposes. And that's neat. I dig it. Good morning, disembarkation morning. Last night we didn't end up going back out after we went to pack because we didn't finish up until late. Disembarkation procedures, I want to talk about that on Carnival because it's a little bit different than some lines we've done recently. They call you by muster station. First, rotating through muster stations if you are walking off with all of your luggage, and then if you have checked luggage. So you have to be out of your room by 8:30, at least for this particular sailing. That varies depending on the schedule of a ship. So it's just about 8:30 now. We stepped out of a room, and just a couple minutes ago they called our muster station to self-disembark. They do have breakfast going until 9, but I think we're just going to hightail it off the ship and get into Miami traffic. Disembarking on deck 3, and just walking through a quickly moving line, so hopefully not too much longer. So we are scanned off. So, well, technically on the ship, we already scanned our cards, and they actually had at least three different people with 3 different lines scanning people off the ship. So that's good because that's a bottleneck sometimes. That may have been, in every way, the best disembarkation I've ever been on, at least with a ship with that many people. I mean, I guess if we're getting off
a ship that had a few hundred people on it. But I mean, we never had to stop. These facial recognition for customs, which is always great. It was organized. So while I don't like getting off the ship, when it is time, it should always go that well.
We had a great time on this cruise, and if you thought that in some cases we seemed pleasantly surprised by a lot of things we found on the sailing, then you're not wrong. We had fun, we enjoyed live music and other events, and had some nice meals, and learned a lot about one of the most popular cruise lines in the world. Of course, the best way to find out about any cruise line is to try them for yourself, and if you want to do that with us, you can check the links below or click on the Our Cruises section of cruisehabit.com, find out what sailings we are on, and come join us. If you want to find out more about group cruises, cruise news, and other exciting things we've got coming up, be sure to click like, subscribe, and click the bell so you're alerted when we post new videos. It would mean the world to us. Now, this doesn't quite conclude the videos about this cruise, though. Stay tuned for a cabin tour as well as Larissa and me discussing our overall thoughts on the Carnival experience, including how we think it measures up with some other cruise lines. We'll never cover it all though, so feel free to ask questions in the comments below or on social media. You can check the links in the description or just search Cruise Habit on your platform of choice. Thanks for tuning in. We look forward to talking ship with you again real soon.